Hello, it's me again. Welcome back to Vicky TV. In today's video, we are going to do something a little bit different. I'm gonna walk you through how I do this makeup. And it's different because it's Halloween, and in the spirit of Halloween, I wanted to do something a little bit different, as well as sitting down and share with you my own scary story. Let's go. Hello, it's me again without the makeup. So let's start our story. I can't let you know where our location is because both are still in business, so I can only tell you the experience, but I can't tell you where it is. And maybe even if I tell you the location, it's not that when you're going in there you would necessarily experience the same thing as I did. Story going to happen during family trip that I have with my family, and I have a pretty big family, and all of us were in this castle. So to start with, we visit this castle on the second day of that trip. So everybody were in the castle. We have a tour guide with us, and they were talking about the history of the place. And as we walk with them, first 15 minutes, after that we can just be on our own and freely explore the castle however we want. As I wandering around this castle, I always have this feeling that somebody is watching me. You know that feeling, the gut feeling you have when you're in a new area or you're going somewhere and you have a feeling that somebody is looking at you, and then when you suddenly turn around, you look at them and you caught their eyes, kind of thing. Some part in the house, when I pass it, I have a feeling that somebody is at my rear vision. When I say that, you probably think that, but Victoria, you went with your family, there must be people around you and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, there's part of the house they are with me and some parts they are not. I am by myself. So there are 3 levels in that house. So there's 20, 30 rooms in that castle, okay? It's huge, it's a massive mansion. You know, it's a big place. So sometimes when you're wandering around, you are by yourself. And I walk around the first floor, second floor, third floor, and I finally got to the location where this story happened. So I walked up and it was an attic. As I walk up the stair, I have this very heavy feeling in my chest. I went ahead and walked up to the attic area, and I kept hearing music. I kept hearing old-time waltz music. And you know that feeling when you have a ringing in your ear? You keep hearing it, but then you're looking for that sound, but then it's in your ear. I kid you not, when I got to the room, my vision suddenly went like a panning camera, like a fan footage horror movie, where I felt lightheaded and my vision keep turning around, like somebody is like turning me constantly, and I can't gain control back. I freaked out for a split second, and then I tell myself to take a deep breath and calm down. And then as I stand there, you know, when you close your eye and you stand there, you can still feel yourself went like this. And when I finally calmed down, and I bet you would freak out when you know what that room is. That room, it's a ballroom in that castle. The setting in there, the pictures and everything, they even have gown from family members that is in there, and there's no music at all whatsoever. I don't know that if it's originally there or things have been moved around or something like that. I'm not sure about that, but when I find out what that room is, it was a ballroom of that castle. No wonder my vision was like somebody was dancing with me. Yes. When I'm in that castle, I constantly have this feeling that it's like something that is very heavy on my shoulder. Like I keep feeling like something, but I can't, like it's uneasy, but I can't explain that feeling. You have to feel it. After we got out of the house, and the minute I walked out of that castle, I felt like the air has lifted. Like it's just that you're in a very stuffy house, and then when you walked out, you have that fresh air, and it felt lighter and it felt better. Yeah, that's how I felt when I walked out of that house. Later on, when I walked out of the house and get in the car with my family, I told my sister about the story, and then she too told me that she had experienced something too in the house, but it was a laundry room. When she walked in there, she saw a person that stand in the laundry room. That sister I had, she is very sensitive to spirits and stuff. Ever since she was kid, but then when she was kid, because she was really scared, so she never really look into that much. But when she grew up, she wanted to reconnect with that, and then she is somebody that I go to whenever I experience something like that. Yeah, that was my first experience in that castle. Let's move on to our second story. I don't know to call this a scary story, but I'll let you judge it. When I was still in school, I don't live at school dorm. I stay at home because the school is only 20 minutes away from me. So I went to school in the morning, and I spent most of my day there, and then in the afternoon I went home. Sometime in the week my sister gonna cook, sometime in the week I in charge of it. So on that day I was. So I got home, and I remember it was around the same time like right now too, and I was really tired. When I walked into the house, my younger sister studied in the living room, so I asked, she's watching something. So I sat down with her a little bit, and then was watching it with her really quick. I remember it was like 15-20 minutes, and then I remember I fell asleep. So I fell asleep, and then I woke up to start getting the dinner ready. So I, prepared dinner like normal, was like cooking and listening to Audible book. And then when everything is done, I went upstairs to call all of my sister downstairs to help me prepare dinner. Whatever we're doing, we always have dinner together. So dinner time, we help each other set up tables and stuff. So I stand at the bottom of the staircase and call up to my sister. I vividly remember everything, okay? So I walked out back into the living room, because I have living room and kitchen sort of like connect with each other. I walked out to the living room, and guess what I found? I found myself sleeping on the couch. I was like, in that moment, I was so freaked out. I did not know what to say. So, but then I gather myself, my soul, I guess. I gather my soul, walked over to my body, and wakes myself up. I approached my body and shook my body like that, so that I can wake up. And I did. I woke up. I woke up with everything around me pitch black. And I stood up immediately and walked over to the staircase again. And I walked upstairs this time, and I saw my sister walked out from her room. I was so baffled, I did not know what to say. So I walked over and I asked my sister, what happened to me? And then she was innocently looked at me and was like, you fell asleep, so I didn't want to disturb you. I went upstairs and turned off the light for you to sleep. That was my experience of my soul leaving my body. You know, some people will call it astral project, but I don't know. Later on, I shared with my dad about that story, and you know, his explanation makes sense too. Maybe I was thinking of doing that. That's why I dreamt of it. Sure, but walking back and see your body sleeping on the couch, it's not a dream. Or is it? Let me know what you think in the comment down below, okay? Fast forward to the present tense. This last story just happened to me actually last year during another family vacation. I don't know what with family vacations and all this, but careful next time you travel with your family. My family went to this hot spring at this place. Again, I can't mention to you where it is. So it's a 3-day family vacation. But there's a hiccup during the trip at the beginning where my sister that's living in a different state forgot to bring her passport. So we have it FedEx over to us overnight, and that is another story I'll tell you in a different video. Fast forward into the time that we received the passport. My family can't not wait for us, so we didn't want them to waste a day stay behind, so we said just go ahead and go. When we receive this overnight in the morning, first thing in the morning we will meet them there in the afternoon. That's what we said. We met them in the afternoon on the following day because they left Friday morning and we left Saturday morning. So we drove to meet them in the afternoon, and we check in our room because that hot spring it's like a resort. And then everything is fine, it's normal, and there's 3 of us, me and my twin sister and my youngest sister. We share a room with 2 queen beds. So the room is very typical. When you walked in, there will be the closet area and the restroom area, and then as you enter the inner part of the room, there's 2 beds. Nothing really happened that night. We went to sleep just fine. And the next morning, when we getting ready for the next day, I was like, is it me or it's really cold last night? And both of them were like, yeah, it was really, really cold. So during nighttime, I was sleeping, but I kept feeling the feeling of somebody is running around. I'm a very light sleeper, so just a very tiny noise would wake me up. My younger sister said that I was so cold I have to put on my socks, and I told my younger sister, it took you that long just to get us socks? And she didn't respond. So I was like, girl, seriously, I thought that somebody did something to you already. We went on a hike, and after we got out from the hike, we got in the car to go to lunch. As I got in the car, my younger sister, who had to get her sock the night before, told me that the socks was right next to me. I didn't left my bed to go get the socks. I was like, what do you mean? And she's like, yeah, I just reached for my socks next to me. I didn't leave my spot. But I swear to you, the night before, when as I slept, I kept feeling like a person is playing hide and seek. You know, like when you duck down and when you sort of like bend over and like you squatting down almost, but you're running back and forth so that nobody can find you, kind of thing. And then as we sleep like that, the 2 queen bed, there is an empty space next to me, an empty space in between 2 beds, and on the other side is towards the back door. So I keep feeling like somebody is running in an M like this, and then back and forth, and it's like something movement in that room for sure. And then in the morning, my sister said that, oh yeah, I have to get the socks. It clicked to me. I just think that she is getting it and she must going back and forth. That's why I was like, girl, it take you that long and that much just to get the socks? And then my younger sister told me that she felt this cold chill rush in when I made that comment, because the socks was right next to her the whole time. She didn't leave at all whatsoever. And then my younger sister also told me this story, is that the sister that I mentioned in the very first story where I said she is very sensitive to all of this, she experienced something on Friday night too, because I experienced that on Saturday night, but this story, my sister experienced it on Friday night. So what happened is, when she walked in the room, she already saw this little boy sitting in the corner in her room. She freaked out already, but she didn't say anything because her husband and her kid is also in there, so she didn't want it to freak them out. So she just said in her head that, you know, I'm only here to stay for a couple days with my family. You know, please don't harm us. My kid is still very small, because at that time her kid, she has 2 kids. One of them is 2.5 at the time and the other is 5.5, so they are pretty small. Yeah, so I draw this on because it take a little concentration, so I can't talk and do it at the same time, but this part I can just do it. So as the night goes on, nothing again happened until night time. When the kid trying to sleep, he tossed and turned because them two have 2 queen beds just like us. It seems like the boy is having a hard time sleeping. He can't sleep. He toss and turn and cry and keep telling her mom that, can you make that boy stop crying? And then my sister knew exactly what she is talking about, what he is talking about. So she's like, but she didn't want him to freak out. She was like, what boy? I don't see any boy, honey. It's okay. Do you want mommy to sleep with you, to, you know, calm you down? Yes. And he was so distraught. He cannot, for the love of God, sleep, because he keep telling his mom that boy keep crying. I can't sleep. He's too noisy. Then can you make him stop? My sister knew exactly what happened, and as she stood up and tried to comfort him, she saw a boy sitting in the corner with his knee tucked in his body and of course cry. So she again said this in her mind, that please don't, you know, let my kid sleep. Don't harm him. He's only a kid and he doesn't know anything. I figured this makeup out along the way of, you know, speaking with you guys, so bear with me. You know, the next day when I asked him about his experience, he was innocently said to me that, yeah, the boy was so noisy, he was so loud, I couldn't sleep. You guys, he's only 2.5 and almost 3, and there's no way he's making this up. As I mentioned earlier, that these stories is only story that I experienced with my family, and I have a twin sister, and we have even like freakier story to tell you. But if you like that, let me know in a comment down below. I will make a video of stories that only me and my twin sister experience. Yeah, so there's a lot of things I can't explain because I see it happens. It's a part of my culture. We believe in spirits and stuff, so I have no reason to be afraid of it. But at the same time, I am being told that yes, you acknowledge them, not necessarily inviting them, because you really do not know who you invite to, and that can be very dangerous. Voila! And the makeup is done. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for sitting here with me and giving me your time to allow me to share with you my own scary story. And happy Halloween to you. I hope that you have a somewhat still fun Halloween, even though we don't get to go out, but there's still a lot we can do. If you like this video and would like to know what other interesting topic as well as video idea that will be done here on my channel, then it's easy. Give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel as well as the bell notification for future video. Happy Halloween, my friend. I'll catch you next time on Vicky TV. Bye, love!